Andrew Weissman, my man, back in the hot seat.
Andrew, first of all, I thought Andrew was also going to have on a turtleneck today like you.
There we go.
Y'all were going to be twinning.
You know,
he looks like a very demure British aristocrat today.
I say love. Here we go.
Andrew, can we start with, let's start with the law firm. Not only is Donald Trump, his executive, first of all, is the executive order even legal? Like, can you do an executive order against a specific company? This sounds something that is not akin to a democracy. And the executive order says it would suspend any active security clearances, as Michael noted, terminate any contract for which Perkins Coie has been hired, and it pushes the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to review DEI practices at large law firms. This seems like a grotesque overreach.
Yeah, grotesque is exactly right. So let's just step back. There is an attack on a law firm for representing people in the same way that the president attacked Covington Burling for a respected law firm for representing Jack Smith. If there is any president of the United States who should respect defense counsel, it's this one. He knows exactly how important it is to have defense counsel, how much that is a noble profession. In fact, he has installed his own personal counsel at the very top of the Justice Department in the number 1, 2, and 3 positions. And just to be a little nerdy, since that's what I think, that's my sweet spot, if you compare Donald Trump to John Adams, to go way back to the 18th century, John Adams began his career representing British soldiers, understanding, extremely unpopular, understanding that that was a noble part of what it meant to be in this country. And he actually got 6 of the 8 of them off in a criminal case. And that is really sort of an example of how far we've come, that you just basically denigrate the entire legal system because you're a transactional president.
Well, and these Adams prosecutors being let go? Where does that fit in?
That is part of the same thing, the idea that there is no civil service. That is just, you're just decimating people who you think are going to not be loyalists, and they're going to obey their oaths of office to the Constitution. And you see that with getting rid of the pardon attorney, getting rid of the prosecutors who are on the Adams case. The recent filing by the Justice Department in the Adams case is shockwaves within the legal community, because it is like people eating their own. I mean, it is Emile Beauvais and Todd Blanche, who are the only 2 signatories, by the way, on the filing, because they apparently can't get a career person to sign it, and it's just scorched earth on what they're trying to do there with, you know, as you've seen, career people in the Justice Department, both prosecutors and agents, pushing back.
So my friend, on Earth 2, Joe Biden was reelected and decided to go after the lawyers who represented Donald Trump. And Donald Trump was okay with that. Just wanted to put that out there for the record on Earth 2.
And he wasn't impeached.
And he wasn't impeached, right. So just so we know,
Joe Biden could do anything if he was
so Joe Biden did exactly that, and Donald Trump was okay with it. But here's something that's a little bit closer to reality on Earth 1, and it's the effort by the Trump allies in the form of Pam Bondi, Attorney General Pam Bondi, brother, Bradley Bondi, and top deputy to Ed Martin, the interim U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, vying for leadership roles at the D.C. Bar Association. And the point there is to take control of the D.C. Bar following warnings the Trump administration officials have directed at bar associations across the country, which lawyers inside and outside the government have suggested could play a role in slowing down legally questionable elements of Trump's agenda. Look, you know, I'm on the record saying those who are looking at our courts as the bulwark against what's happening, be mindful that's not going to be enough. Here's another example of why that's not going to be enough, because if you weaken the approach to the courts, in the first instance, what do you have, Andrew? I mean, what are you hearing from lawyers? I mean, I'm a member of the bar in D.C. and Pennsylvania. What what are lawyers saying about the assault on the profession and the rottening of it by these efforts?
So I couldn't agree with you more that the courts are not the answer. They are part of the answer, and they certainly can signal to the public what is going on in the same way Beryl Howell, the former chief judge of the D.C. District Court, this week was talking about Trump being a king and what he is doing is illegal. And so it helps with both slowing it, it helps with signaling to the public what is going on. But I agree with you, it's not the answer. Here we have this effort to take over bar associations, which we've seen, and this is where I'm proud to be a lawyer, where these bar associations, which license us to practice, have taken actions. Most notably, people will remember they took actions with respect to Rudy Giuliani. But it's not a big picture answer to the problem. Yes, there can be sanctions up to and including disbarment, but that's not going to slow somebody like Pam Bondi or Donald Trump in terms of what they are doing here. The reaction, though, from the bar is people are appalled. I mean, this is where you don't have to be a prosecutor or a defense lawyer or a judge to understand that you do not attack people for simply doing their job, whether you are defense counsel, whether you are a line FBI agent, whether you're a career prosecutor. Those are what makes our government work. That is what the rule of law is and looks like. And that there's a sort of full-on assault from this administration on all of those people.
Alicia's going to ask a real question about Hampton Dellinger.
Oh, my God, you know me too well.
I know.
I hate it.
Alicia was on the Hampton Dellinger story before everybody else was. I just want to note, okay? She was committed to the questioning around it, which made sense to me. My question is just, are we supposed to leave Pam Bondi's brother got his job because of merit or because he's Pam Bondi's brother?
Yeah, well, so Michael, I'm pretty sure it's not merit. I mean, look, this is a great story for you to be covering because it is really important for people to see that this is the infiltration of yet another institution and trying to put people in place who are going to be loyalists. And that, Ed Martin, what he has been doing has caused all sorts of people from the ABA to former people who worked in that very office, Republicans and Democrats, sort of career apolitical people talking about just how insidious his conduct is. And one of the things that has led to is people filing complaints with the Bar Association with respect to what he is doing. Here's just one example for people. He was the defense lawyer on a criminal case. Well, he was also the head prosecutor and then moved to dismiss the case. Well, he was still the defense lawyer. Guess what? That is not allowed. And so if you take over the Bar Association, who do you go to? Who do you go to? And that's really brings it back to Michael's point, which is the courts and the Bar Associations have a role, but that's not the role. That if the people do not respond to this, that is the sort of the end game here. It has to be people responding because that's the only sort of real check we have.
So to this question, thank you, Simone, for knowing me so well about who we go to. Let's talk about Hampton Dellinger, who had been the head of the Office of Special Counsel until he was unceremoniously released by the Trump administration. He has said he's going to drop his case after a federal appeals court sided with the Trump administration in removing him as the head of that office. So who do you go to now if you're a whistleblower? Who do you go to if you're an affected government employee?
Yeah, I mean, that is a great question. So that he used to run this sort of quasi-independent agency, and that was a place that you went to and where you could get protection. The only other place that's sort of around right now, unless there is going to be some other independent person put into the Office of Special Counsel, I mean, that's not going to happen. I mean, Mr. Dellinger himself has said that the person who's going to replace him is not going to be serving that function. It's Congress. And there, it's not like we've seen Congress provide those kind of protections. But, to be fair, Senator Grassley has always been sort of